This has got to be one of my favorite developments to come out of this win against the Seattle Seahawks. According to Mike Silver, Kyle Shanahan reportedly promised Christmas presents to the 49ers player who could get under the skin of DK Metcalf the most. And we know who that is as it currently stands right now. It was Fred Warner, because as we saw when Fred Warner got that interception, DK Metcalf didn't like it too much. DK went and body slammed Fred Warner, and then Fred Warner a love tap at the end, and that is when DK Metcalf went over to Fred Warner and grabbed his face mask, as you can see on this clip right here. That, of course, went viral of DK getting real upset at Fred Warner. So it does appear that Fred Warner is going to get some extra presents this year under the tree from Santa Shanahan for getting under the skin of DK Metcalf. DK ultimately got ejected because of this play. And this is what Fred Warner had to say on the matter right here.
What was happening?
Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. I told him he tackles really well, and then for some reason he didn't like that, and I guess what happened, and it's unfortunate, man. You got to learn to keep his composure, but happy we came out with the dub.
I love that by Fred. That's absolutely a fantastic answer. And this was Fred after that play, literally standing on business. He went to the bench and just stood up and got all of Levi's Stadium completely hyped after that play. Everyone was going crazy. You could see the sideline was loving it. Fred feeding off the energy. It was a phenomenal moment. And it really was a situation that was really fun to see play out at Levi's Stadium. It was pretty cool. Fred Warner literally standing on business. This is from the column that Mike Silver wrote. He says, DK Metcalf's crunch time tantrum that led to his ejection against the 49ers apparently didn't catch a San Francisco head coach, Kyle Shanahan, by surprise. While meeting with his 49ers one day before the NFC West rivalry game, Shanahan challenged his team to get under the skin of Metcalf, according to San Francisco Chronicles' Mike Silver. Shanahan predicted a Metcalf meltdown and showed San Francisco players video clips of the wideout's past incidents. We will get 14 to lose his mind, Shanahan told his players per Silver. Christmas present for whoever gets him. If Shanahan sticks to his word, the present is going to 49ers linebacker Fred Warner. Warner got Metcalf to lose his cool with 2 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in Week 14 game against the Seattle Seahawks. It prompted benches to clear and led to the disqualification of Metcalf and Deommodore Lenoir. So as you can see, Fred Warner will be getting presents from Kyle Shanahan for getting under DK Metcalf's skin. Again, this was another clip of DK just obliterating the helmet warmers on the sideline. That's going to be an expensive repair for the equipment staff. But again, DK tends to get really emotional, and here is the perfect example of that. So it appears Santa Shanahan is going to be handing out presents to Fred Warner, and what a phenomenal development at that. Talk about knowing your opponent, right? The San Francisco 49ers know DK Metcalf so well that he's basically predisposed to get into emotional tantrums. And the fact that Kyle Shanahan discussed it, showed a clip of a bunch of DK temper tantrums, basically, and then basically said, hey, guys, if whoever gets under his skin, you get a Christmas present. And it's going to go to Fred Warner for that entire situation. The San Francisco 49ers own DK Metcalf currently, and they own the Seattle Seahawks. And it's been one of the better developments for the 49ers throughout the past, 2 years or so. As you know, Brock Purdy is undefeated against the Seattle Seahawks in his short time as the 49ers starter. He is currently 4-0 against the Seattle Seahawks with a playoff win against them as well. So right now, it is a hard time to be a Seattle Seahawk. It's a hard time to be a Bird team when you're facing against the San Francisco 49ers, because right now they are just playing at such a high level. They are firing on all cylinders. And even in this game against, the Seahawks, it wasn't a perfect game. It was probably a lot closer than it should have been, even though the score was 28-16. The 49ers left some points out there on the field and, had some, lapses on defense that gave up points as well. But the 49ers really just owned this matchup in all phases. They owned the matchup in total yards, passing yards, rushing yards, yards per play, number of first downs, third down efficiency, pretty much everything. They owned in most major statistical categories. So I don't know how the Seattle Seahawks recover from this. This is seemingly feeling like the end of maybe the Pete Carroll era. We'll find out. I know with speaking some Hawks fans, they are pretty discouraged by this whole situation. Could be looking for wholesale changes within the coaching staff. And who knew that it could have been Brock Purdy and the rest of the San Francisco 49ers that sent Pete Carroll into retirement, potentially. We'll find out. Obviously, a lot more things need to develop for these things to play out. But man, oh man, this rivalry is still there. It's now the 49ers' time to run the table on the Seattle Seahawks and run the West. And it is evident that that is currently the case. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about what Kyle Shanahan said to all his players? What do you think about DK Metcalf's temper tantrums? What do you think about how Fred Warner handled this? What do you think about the entire situation? I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.